Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Before diving into the content of today's video, I'd like to share a summary of some basic knowledge about criminal psychology that everyone can easily understand. Let's explore together what goes on in the minds of serial killers and how twisted they can be. Enhancing our understanding of murderers can help us reduce crime. By studying brutality, we can strive to live more virtuously. First, I want to introduce the concept of the dark triad. I'll temporarily translate it as the triad of dark personalities. This is a psychological and personality theory that first emerged in 2002, developed by two psychology professors. It represents the three ugliest personality types in society: individuals who are likely to cause discomfort and harm to those around them. People with these three personality traits can be considered inherently bad, born with malicious tendencies rather than shaped by external factors. The first personality type is psychopathy. This is a term familiar to many viewers of my channel. Almost all serial killers worldwide exhibit psychopathic traits. Psychopathy can be understood as a cold-blooded and highly impulsive personality. The most evident traits are violence, a lack of empathy or remorse, and a tendency to manipulate others. Psychopaths in society often give off a dangerous and erratic vibe. Next is narcissism. The most prominent characteristic of narcissists is their excessive self-love. They always want to be the center of attention and often view others as inferior. These individuals crave or are even addicted to being admired and flattered. In society, narcissists are often flashy, overly dramatic, and disdainful of others. They are also highly selfish. Another peculiar yet dangerous personality type is Machiavellianism. The defining trait of Machiavellians is their skill in psychologically manipulating others. They are willing to lie and deceive to achieve their goals. For them, the end justifies the means. Morality is not a concern. If these individuals are also intelligent and socially adept, they can be a nightmare to deal with. They are much harder to spot than psychopaths or narcissists. Psychopaths are often erratic and volatile, making them easier to identify. Narcissists are also relatively easy to recognize due to their self-centered and irritating behavior. However, Machiavellians are only noticeable if they are clumsy manipulators. If they are skilled, you might only realize their true nature after suffering a loss or even being falsely accused by them. Interestingly, I've learned that people who manipulate others often accuse others of manipulating them. These three personality types are not considered pathological disorders, so individuals with these traits can still function within societal and legal boundaries. They can behave appropriately if they have a clear sense of right and wrong. Recognizing these traits helps us better handle such individuals in society. Next, let's discuss antisocial personality disorder, SPD. ASPD refers to a condition where a person disregards the consequences of their actions and the rights of others. Here are 7 key signs to watch for. First, disregard for laws and frequent law breaking. Second, dishonesty, lying often, sometimes unnecessarily. Third, impulsivity, acting without considering consequences. 4, aggressiveness and violence, often labeled as hot-tempered. 5, disregard for others' safety. 6, irresponsibility, evident in behaviors like accumulating debt or abandoning plans. 7. Lack of remorse, indifference after harming others, or a tendency to blame victims, claiming they provoked the harm. Most serial killers also suffer from ASPD. Finally, I want to talk about schizophrenia. This mental illness often appears in criminal cases, as many perpetrators have escaped punishment by being diagnosed with schizophrenia. This has caused public outrage in many instances. People with schizophrenia often lose touch with reality. They have poor awareness of the world around them and exhibit symptoms like delusions. There are 3 common types of delusions. First, grandiose delusions. The patient believes they are something extraordinary, like a supreme being. Second, persecutory delusions. The patient believes someone is out to harm them. Third, control delusions. The patient believes they are being controlled by an invisible force, such as demons or gods. In addition to delusions, patients may experience hallucinations, such as hearing voices that aren't there. Their thinking and speech may be disorganized, and their behavior may seem bizarre. When someone with schizophrenia commits a crime, they are not in control of their actions. Therefore, their actions are considered unintentional. Serial killers with schizophrenia are often charged with manslaughter rather than murder. They are typically confined to specialized prisons and receive treatment in mental hospitals. Now, let's move on to the main content of today's video.
The incident unfolded on December 23, 2006, a date etched in the memories of those impacted. In a shocking act of revenge, two men launched an attack on Ryan, gravely injuring him by shooting him in the eye. Tragically, amidst this chaotic scene, his girlfriend Heather lost her life, forever altering the course of Ryan's existence. In the aftermath, Ryan found himself handcuffed and enduring excruciating pain for a staggering 20 minutes before detectives began their interrogation. It's significant to note that he struggled to provide coherent responses while grappling with a life-threatening brain injury, a testament to the severity of his condition and the urgency for proper medical assessment. The police interrogation starkly illustrated a detrimental disconnect. The detectives, seemingly oblivious to the gravity of Ryan's injuries, pressed on with their questioning despite the apparent signs of trauma and confusion emanating from him. This lack of awareness raises serious questions about the training and sensitivity required for handling victims in critical states. Ryan's muddled recollections of the incident suggest he was not only experiencing acute trauma, but also potential memory loss, which unfortunately complicates the investigation further. His expressed desire to sleep underscores the overwhelming distress he was under, a natural response to the chaos that enveloped him. Moreover, Ryan's mention of other individuals being present during the harrowing event introduces a complex dynamic that cannot be overlooked. The involvement of both Heather and Christine adds additional layers of complexity to the investigation, suggesting that multiple narratives need to be explored to unravel the full story. As this tragic scene unfolded, the presence of a deceased girl in the living room amplified the urgency to piece together what transpired. However, Ryan's vague and fragmented responses left detectives grappling with their understanding of the circumstances, emphasizing the intricacies of gathering accurate testimony in the midst of trauma. Compounding this confusion were the discrepancies surrounding the weapons involved in the attack, oscillating from bows and arrows to revolvers. This inconsistency not only muddled the investigation but also highlighted the critical need for precise details to create a clearer understanding of the chaotic event. Examining the emotional and physical state of Ryan, it becomes evident that he exhibited unmistakable signs of trauma and disorientation, which speaks volumes about the profound impact violence has on individuals. This situation raises pressing concerns about the immediate care and support victims require during such traumatic experiences. Ryan's recounting of events, particularly his horrifying experience of witnessing a friend being shot, paints a vivid picture of the chaos and fear that permeated the incident. Additionally, the troubling delay in their response to check on his friend's condition accentuates the confusion that engulfed them in that moment. The interrogation process laid bare Ryan's confusion and distress in the face of overwhelming trauma, underscoring a critical need for sensitive handling of victims in such situations. This poignant aspect of the narrative raises significant questions about the protocols in place for interacting with individuals who have undergone life-altering events. Unfortunately, the delayed arrival of medical personnel proved catastrophic, contributing to Ryan's critical condition. His prolonged hospitalization, filled with avoidable complications, serves as a stark reminder of the paramount importance of timely medical intervention in saving lives during emergencies. The long-term consequences of Ryan's injuries were severe, manifesting in the loss of part of his brain and the onset of regular seizures. These outcomes starkly illustrate the devastating effects gun violence imposes not only on individuals but also on the fabric.
Welcome to my channel. Dive into the captivating world of police activities, where we unveil the realities and challenges officers face every day. Our mission is to enhance your awareness and understanding of their vital work through an array of gripping videos featuring high-stakes interventions, perilous situations, and intense confrontations. Disclaimer: great effort is made to ensure all materials in true crimes videos fall within the guidelines of fair use. No copyright infringement is intended. The content presented in this video is for informational and entertainment purposes only. The content may discuss sensitive topics, and viewer discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this video are those of the content creator and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated individuals or organizations. Please contact me by email crimestory060@gmail.com. Subscribe now and join us on this eye-opening journey.